Hey, it's Cliff, and the core airdrop is now currently being distributed. So I figured we can kind of take this time to do a little bit of price analysis to see where we think this thing is going, and then also kind of chat in the comment section to see the different kind of strategies that people have come up with for their core token. So let's go ahead and kick it off. I got a tweet from Coreum Official, and it says, the distribution of the core airdrop has been started and will take a few days to be completed. Now, I think they said the same thing when it came to Solo and ended up taking them like a week. So I kind of take that with a grain of salt. But, you know, if they say 2 days, maybe that means like 4 days, which I'm perfectly okay with, just as long as they get everyone their Coreum tokens and everything works out fine. Just take your time, do it correctly. But one thing they did do for us is they have the wallet address of the wallet that is distributing the tokens. So I can show you that in a second. And then another thing that they gave us is Core is now added to the Solo DEX, but it is only added as an XRP swapping pair. But we can kind of take that information and kind of come up with a price. So definitely useful information. So pulling up XRP scan, we can see here's the wallet address that they have and the last transaction data. But if you scroll down, you can see the first tab here is transactions. And so here is all the outgoing core, which is you receiving your core airdrop. Now, one thing I want to point out when it comes to this is that sometimes the transactions do stop. As you can see here, the distribution has stopped for a little bit over 3 hours at this point. So when you see something like this, I don't want you to freak out. This is common. Typically what we saw with Solo is maybe the distribution stops for a couple hours or so, and then you'll see bulk transactions come through, which, as you can see, this is what they're doing with Core as well. You can see all these transactions are coming. So when you see it stop for a few hours, don't freak out and think something went wrong because they stopped and, you know, I don't know, they're scamming you or whatever. Just sit back and relax and know that they're just processing these transactions, and it's going to take some time. Like I said, I'd probably expect 4 days at least. But this is definitely a useful tool because you can kind of see where they're at with the transactions. Also, another thing to point out is that they start with the low balance first, and then it'll gradually climb up to the higher balances. So if you know if you're getting a lot of core, you're probably going to be waiting. If you have a low balance that you're getting of core, you're going to be getting your core up front. So I will paste a link to this in the description with the wallet address, and you can definitely check it out because it's definitely useful. But moving on to the Solo DEX here. As you can see here, if I pull up the different kinds of swapping pair, you can find core to XRP. And so currently, right now, one core is equal to about, let's just say 6.6 XRP. So, okay, that's good information to have. Let's actually pull up my calculator and we can do some math on this. So let's say 6.6, it's actually a little bit more, but you know, we'll just use round numbers to make it easy. And then if I go to XRP to USD, XRP is worth about, let's just say 77 cents. I'm using lower numbers, but it's just kind of easy numbers to work with. So we could say right now, Core is worth about $5 and let's say 9 cents, which is not bad. However, we've been seeing a trend that Core is actually falling down. But this is something I kind of saw coming. Is the same thing that I said about Solo. It's kind of how these work. The coin's hyped up and then it drops down. And my personal opinion is that this is going to go down to probably about $2 is what I'm thinking. And obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. This is me guessing. I don't know this for sure, but my gut feeling is telling me that this will probably go down to around $2, maybe $1.30, you know. But somewhere around there, it's going to stabilize. And at that point, we will sit back and see what this project's going to do. Now, I've been saying for a long time, this is a long-term play. So that's something that I'm going to be holding on for a while. And that's my strategy, is that I'm going to be holding on to it because I can't see the day trading that people are doing on stuff like this. I don't know how you guys deal with the taxes. That just sounds like a huge headache for me. So my goal for this all along was just to hold it, and then hopefully there's a way that we can either stake core, or there's a lending platform that comes along so we can earn a little bit of passive income as we kind of wait and see if this is going to happen. But as of right now, this is new. It's a new project. It's just like a startup IT company. So one, they have to prove that they actually have utility and things that people want to use. But then number two, people have to actually want to use it. So we're kind of waiting to see what happens. And because it's a long-term play, I think it's best to be looking at different investments, because we're going to be holding on to this one for a while. So that's my opinion. It's probably going to go down before it goes up, if it goes up. I don't know if this project's going to take off. Like I said, that's where we're going to be looking at other projects as well. You know, we're not putting everything into this, hoping that this goes up one day. So yeah, that's my opinion. I think it's going down. I would be interested in hearing your opinion on where you think this is going long term, and also different strategies of what you plan to do with your core token. Is your plan, as soon as you get this, to sell it and put it into something else? You know, I definitely want to hear it. So let me know down in the comments, and thank you for watching.